I'm sorry if you feel that way, but I was not.
No, you were slamming that refrigerator.
No one's talking to you!
I'm talking to you!
And this is what alcohol does.
How's it going, everybody? In today's video, there is no good guy, there is no happy story, there is no happy ending. This is a family of three that personifies dysfunction. What started off in my mind as a boy hiding behind his door from his father quickly turned into one of the most volatile family dynamics I've ever seen. We have physical altercations, some of the craziest screaming matches seen on YouTube, family betrayal, multiple cop calls, and that's just scratching the iceberg when it comes to Mr. J and his family. When we first meet Mr. J and his family, it's a very disturbing scene. Mr. J is sitting inside of his bedroom claiming to be in fear as we listen to a drunken man repeat the same phrase over and over again, and each time he repeats himself, you can feel the unease in the video growing, broken up by Mr. J commenting on what his dad is saying. After realizing he was noticed, he quickly fled to his bedroom, which as you could see was in filth, clothes everywhere, and a nasty film around all of the walls, most likely due to Mr. J's smoking habit. What you didn't see was hundreds of Mountain Dew cans lining the floor, but at the time, viewers didn't know if this was a prank, a drunken father ranting, or more. But Mr. J would quickly follow this video up with more proof. But as we'll quickly see, this is a madhouse. Mr. J claims that everyone in the house isn't treating him properly, but it seems he's mainly the instigator. The home may be full of bad characters, but Mr. J seems to be the worst of them all by far. I find myself comparing this situation to Andrew Ditch's very often, but there's differences in this case. Whereas in the Andrew Ditch story, Andy's family is typically viewed in a sympathetic light because of what they deal with, Mr. J's entire family seems to be varying levels of repulsive in their own ways.
Nah, he can't even do that. He's too stupid.
And that's how it got that way. I said, and that's how it got burst. I didn't say you did it that one
Dude, what's
time.
wrong with this door? It keeps sticking. I didn't slam it. I didn't slam it when I went out. In fact, when I just went out, it was sticking. But if it was for me slamming it, it would have done it long before now.
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't noticed it.
I'm tired of doing it.
Okay, what's making it stick then? Don't yell at me, I'm just asking a question.
I can't even walk out and they talk shit about me. As soon as I walk out.
Okay,
From being slammed.
The hinges were already back.
I'm not the only one who slams it, you know. You know, you slam it too, Dad. Don't act like this is just my fault.
He's not, trust me.
Yeah, he is, because he's drunk and he hates me and he blames me for everything. Now he's bitching because his food's not in the microwave. Maybe he shouldn't have so many cats. Seriously, we have like 22, 23 animals. Can't afford to take care of them. When I talk shit to or defend myself, whether it be verbal or physical, this is what he thinks of her.
Wow. Really? And whose fault was that?
Yours.
Oh, cook them in Peggy's. I am so mother sick of you and him and the other ungrateful son of a bitch.
And Leith, we don't want you anyways.
So, you gonna tell me to leave? I don't think so, Mother. I don't think so.
You can can tell that Mr. J enjoys causing his family more problems. When he hears that they're having a bitter argument, he decides to turn his camera on and go in there to make things worse. Joining in on the screaming match, you'll notice that Mr. J doesn't take sides of either of his parents, degrading both of their character any chance he gets. It's all about being there and making things worse for him. Mr. J is also very destructive. While needlessly arguing with his parents, he proudly proclaims that he hasn't broke his door again, showing this is common and he does it possibly for enjoyment rather than an emotional outburst, which neither of those is a good cause. But I have to mention, with how toxic the household is, it's no wonder where he learned this from. Both father and son screaming that they dislike one another, slamming the doors around the house to the point the hinges are breaking, then berating his wife Peggy for questioning what's going on in this madhouse. This entire situation is absolutely ridiculous, and as you heard, the dad will drunkenly sit in the living room and claim how much he despises his entire family, or worse, wanting everyone to leave him be so he can drink in peace. And the way he is speaking to his wife is almost in a tempting way, trying to provoke some kind of altercation. That's how it comes off to me and many others at least. And you don't hear her speak up much until the last video of that segment where she's trying to kick Mr. J's dad out, and it got very scary.
You can celebrate tomorrow before I go to work then.
Alright. Celebrate what?
Your birthday, Justin.
Why?
Okay, then we don't have to. I can just...
No, I mean, why?
It's your birthday.
And
what's different than this time than any other time? I have money and I'm working. That's what's different than I've had in the past few years. Okay, simple as that. Don't make any more of it. That's
well, that doesn't
really
answer that doesn't answer why you would yell at me, scream at me. I would get depressed, I'd cry, and you guys would make it so much worse, and you would see you'd make it worse and you wouldn't even care. That's 5 things off the top of my head. So what the is so different? What do you people want from me, Peggy?
Well, we want to know the same thing, Justin, because we're getting pretty tired of the shit we get from you too.
And this is what happens when I ask a simple question.
Call me out if you want.
I wasn't talking to you, Peggy! My little mind doesn't think anything of you, Peggy! This happens every year on my birthday. Yeah.
What?
What's wrong?
Nose just started running.
If you want, I guess I'll stay awake.
Whatever you want, Justin. I don't want...
No, you didn't seem too happy when I said I was gonna go to sleep.
Oh, I don't care.
So
whatever you want to do.
I'll stay awake. What Peggy wants.
Justin, I don't care. I said it's whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter.
Don't matter what I want to do. It's never mattered.
If you want to go to bed, go to bed.
Can you turn my light out?
Yes.
It's never mattered what I wanted. And people have made that perfectly clear by saying it. It doesn't matter what you want. Even you guys. And I was talking to her and you heard her walk off. She always does. I was in the middle of talking and she literally just walked out.
In the first video of the segment, you can see just how bad Mr. J's attitude is. The part I cut out of that specifically from the video was him and Peggy having a casual conversation, her telling him that she'll smoke some lettuce with him after she gets off work, give him some more later on, a pretty decent deal, and they'll celebrate his birthday party afterwards. Pretty nice gesture all in all. I guess in their own way at least, but Mr. J turns this nice gesture and flips it on his head, berating the woman for absolutely no reason, and it wasn't a simple spat of words. He instantly wanted to make sure she knew he was the dominant one in this situation, almost in a similar fashion his dad was talking to Peggy earlier in the video. Around this time in the timeline is when Mr. J began to show cracks that he wasn't necessarily a goofy bystander in a madhouse, but a main contributor to all of it. After that argument, Mr. J storms up into his room so that he can be left alone, or more likely have Peggy follow him in there to continue the argument and beg him to actually do something on his birthday. But Mr. J chooses to whine and complain to draw her into the argument, but when she doesn't bite, she just leaves the room. Mr. J can't handle it. He begins to have a complete and utter meltdown, causing him to say this. Mr. J said that there are 23 cats in the house that are using the bathroom in every corner of the place. So not only is the house unlivable due to constant arguments and danger from each family member, but the entire house is reeking of cat urine, most likely due to the fact there's too many animals and most likely not enough attention been paid to any of them.
I noticed that my the SSI card, that card that was lost and I had to pay for, after I got the new one, I found it in your makeup drawer. And when you had told me the Direct Express card that that had gotten lost before or shortly after we got in here, and I had to pay to get a new one, I seen it in your drawer. I didn't say nothing. I was waiting for you to tell me I seen it in your makeup drawer.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. Just let me finish.
Okay.
I saw it in there. I had even taken a picture and a video, but it was on my other phone, and I couldn't get anything sent over to my other phone. Not even this phone, not even the pictures of Mama and everything from North Carolina. So, yeah, it fucking disappeared. So what happened to it?
I did see a card in there, and I thought I put it in the drawer up here. I thought it was yours.
Well, when were you going to tell me? It was.
I mean, I know. I thought it was your current one. I don't know. I thought I set it up there.
Well, when would you have told me? When were you going to tell me?
I told you.
And
I
when?
don't remember, Justin. I don't know. I don't know how it got there. I thought I set it up here. I took it out not long ago.
I looked in there about a month ago and it wasn't in there, Mom. You know, you're my payee because I can't handle my money is what the courts ordered for you to control my money, correct?
I know. Here's what I'm supposed to do.
Is that not what the courts ordered? Did the courts not order you to take care, to handle my money? In a nutshell, is that what the courts ordered, for you to be my payee?
Not necessarily me, but for someone to be a payee.
You've even told me you don't want to be my payee anymore.
Yeah.
You have
Yes.
said find someone else to be your payee.
Yes, I have.
And why did you just start to deny it?
I didn't. I was going to say something, reword it and stuff, but it's not worth rewording it, so that's why I just stopped.
No, it's not.
And that's why I stopped.
Okay, what did I do at Granddad's house? What did I break at Granddad's house?
I don't know. Why don't you ask the person who said it?
You said, I know. Mm-hmm. Just like that. So you know. So I'm asking you, since you know what
you were at Granddad's house. Nothing that I'm aware of at Granddad's house.
Oak Street.
There was one hole and you did put in, your dad patched it.
I do not remember.
That was in your bedroom.
I really don't, because I didn't like being in my bedroom. Yeah, if you had noticed, the only time I was in there, about half the time we lived there, was when Kayla came up and stayed with us for a few days. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I went out to the couch. I did not like that room, and I don't really remember much. But I don't remember putting a hole in my room. Tully Road, I was too young to remember. I just have to go off of what you told me, and that was the door frame.
Closet.
The closet door?
Frame, yeah.
Was it the closet? Because you told me it was the bedroom door.
No, the bedroom closet door. Yes, the part right in here. It may have been the bedroom door, but the specific part that I remember standing out.
I don't even remember what the closet looked like. As you know, I don't want to sit there and be a pussy and just take it like you guys want me to. I'm not bitching or anything. I'm just saying, like, everyone is so worried about me being violent and all this. Yet, out of every time I've gotten into a fist with anyone in my family, I've only been the one to hit first twice. Once. Once that I can remember. And that was when I hit Brad in the back of the head on North Carolina because I got sick of the put me down like a dog. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing.
And as I said in the beginning, there is no good guys in this story. Mr. J, during his birthday meltdown, pulls out one of his biggest gotchas because he wasn't getting the attention he thought he deserved, and confronts his mom about a stolen credit card of his that he found. And I just want to be clear, I'm not sure if Peggy is his mom or stepmom. He refers to her as mom a lot, but he also refers to another lady as mama earlier on, so I'm kind of confused about that. So I'm just going to assume she's a stepmom. And she seems shocked that he discovered that she may have stolen his credit card and began stumbling over herself like she had got caught up. But oddly enough, it seemed like Mr. J didn't care at all and was doing like Andrew Ditch, where it was just to prove he was right and his caretaker was taking advantage of her authority over him. But then something gets revealed during the conversation. Peggy calls out Jay for destroying every home he's been in and getting kicked out, making James have another meltdown proclaiming that he was always in the right and it's always everyone else's fault. But if it's happening constantly and he's getting kicked out of every place who's letting them in off of their own goodwill, it's probably more to do with them. So all in all, Mr. J had been going to family member's house causing a disturbance until he hit rock bottom and ended up in his dad's house, which is what we're witnessing right now. When Jay was ranting to his mom about him not being able to work because of something he claims that is wrong with him, a lot of people have pointed out that Jay has claimed multiple times that he's been in physical altercations with the majority of the male figures in his life. And for someone unable to work, it seems odd that he's so willing and capable to get into altercations and destroy multiple houses in fits of rage caused by basically nothing. It just doesn't all add up. It seems like an excuse so that Jay doesn't have to work and continue living with his parents or other family members, causing them as much misery as he possibly can. Jay has also made claims that he was going to begin turning his bedroom into his restroom during one of his fits of rage because him slamming the door and shouting wasn't getting the reaction it deserved from his perspective. I believe this and the birthday argument finally caused enough tension to boil over for Jay and his dad, leading to the two to get into it.
Just like you guys, he's afraid of confrontation. He likes to procrastinate. Wait till the last minute. I'm not afraid of confrontation. I say this shit loud enough for you to do. I know you can because you say stuff back all the time. His imaginary friends are talking to him and he's talking to them out loud. Okay, shut the fuck up. All you do is drink and bitch. You spent that $1,200 your mother gave you to fix your car on alcohol. And I didn't get the 100 she sent up for me, for you to give to me. Because I was to get the car fixed and now there's none of it left. Within less than a month it was gone. Like I said it would be.
Well, you can get as pissed off as you want, but that gives you no right to be slamming everything around this house.
I'm not slamming.
Yes, you were.
No, I'm not. I was doing it hard, but I was not slamming. I'm sorry if you feel that way, but I was not.
No, you were slamming that refrigerator.
No one's talking to you!
I'm talking to you!
Okay.
$2,500 refrigerator? Bet your ass! You're talking about
Yeah, you were!
No one cares!
What is your problem?
What is your
I came out and got dinner! I came out and got dinner because you were talking shit about me not eating! Why? What did I do? What did I do?
Punk!
Don't get any closer to me!
Then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I built Brady! Get away! Told you! I did what I was able to do!
Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Leave me be! You what?
I built Brady!
Call 911!
Call 911! You were my face! I built Brady! I built Brady! I did what I was able to by law!
Yeah! By law! Tell that to the cops!
I will!
Do it!
I will! And you can't kick me out!
Get out of here!
Told you to get out of my face! I built this house, Tracy! No one wants you here! Get out!
Justin, shut up! mister.
He's the drunk one. I did nothing wrong. I told him to back up, and then I felt. He did not listen. I did what I was able to by law.
Don't raise your voice.
By law.
Do not raise
You've
your
been
voice.
sitting here yelling at me all night.
I haven't been talking to you hardly all night. You've been in your room, like you just stated.
Yeah, I turned my music off and hear him bitching because I'm not eating.
He didn't bitch because you're not eating. What he said was this. I told Justin.
Where's my food stamp card that I saw in here?
It was right at the front. As he stated, he told Justin that there was some of that taco meat and stuff on there that he could put on a tortilla shell.
Okay,
that's
Peggy,
what he
drop
said.
it. Drop it. Able to by law. You don't like it, evict me.
All right.
You won't survive without my money. Your parents already.
Oh, honey, I can survive without your money.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Did what I was able to by law. God had removed the from my face. Removed the from my presence. I did what I was able to by law. Yes, he was. I told him to back up and he continued to advance. What are you gonna do?
As you could see, that altercation was entirely started by Jay. He went into the kitchen because he thought he had heard someone in there talking about him, so he purposely began to slam everything around until someone gave him just a tad bit of attention. But when his dad raised his voice, Mr. J immediately went on the attack, stunning his father and Peggy. And after everything was all said and done, at least the initial brunt of it, he began to claim that he was in the right. I know it was hard to tell what was going on because his phone was in his pocket the entire time, but audibly, everything sounded like it was his fault. No one helped in the situation, but he was definitely the aggressor. He then storms outside to announce to the neighborhood what happened. I guess Mr. J isn't above embarrassing himself in the process of ruining everyone's time around him. He's outside screaming and claiming that the household lives off of his income and that they should be begging him to stay, which is funny enough, only made worse though when he begins to demand that his mom and dad leave the house, which just absolutely doesn't make any sense. And somehow, after all of that, his family decides not to call the cops on him, a baffling decision to say the least. After this event, Jay began posting some random videos claiming that his family is beginning to conspire against him. And normally we could say that would just be him slipping into delusions, and it most likely is, but with his family, it may be a possibility.
Put me down so much. I have no self-esteem. I don't even, I stopped talking to people. I stopped talking to the two people I talked to on Snapchat because my parents have told me enough. Shut up, no one cares. You're annoying, no one cares, shut up. And they keep shutting me up, and they'll interrupt me and ignore me, and it's just, okay, well, I really don't even want to talk anymore. I really don't. She's a woman. Her brain is wired to do this. This is just a sad reality of women. And you know, I can say that about women because every single that's been in and out of my life, or still in my life for some unknown reason, has hurt me one way or another. Every single female that has been in and out of my life has hurt me one way or another. I've been cheated on by almost every girl I've been with. I'm like, yeah, you know, women want to be treated as equals and start acting like equals. When you see a man sit there and break down and cry, what are you going to do? You're going to talk shit and laugh and make fun of him for crying. What if a man made fun of a woman for crying? You know, when a man cheats, it's always like, and the woman leaves, it's always, good for you, girl. You go, girl. You don't need him, blah, blah, blah. But when a woman cheats with 3 of the boyfriend's friends, it's always, where's the proof?
It was 10:14 on June 27th. Thursday, June 27th at 10:14, I was told my dad went into my room. They did not tell me they were going into my room. They did not say anything to me about my room.
I didn't go in, did I? So don't use they.
Is anyone talking to you?
I'm talking to you.
Well, then shut up.
No, I don't have to.
Why are you guys getting so pissy about me getting upset because someone was in my room? No, don't talk.
I'm not, but I'm going to.
I don't care. It's illegal for you guys to go into my room without written notice. I don't see why I'm getting shit and getting an attitude, not just from him, but from your ass too, for you guys literally breaking the law.
Number one, I didn't break the law. I didn't go into
your
room.
He did.
That is in my house.
But I rent it. I rent it. I rent it.
You're not paid his rent. I'm done.
I do pay my rent.
Right.
I do.
Okay.
You didn't for 2 months. You're still behind. You still owe me.
What do you mean I didn't for 2 months?
You didn't pay the full amount for 2 months.
And how much did I pay you then?
I can get the records out and look it up.
What records? You don't write anything down. Don't eat the food.
Yeah, you do,
Don't
Justin.
eat the food. I guess it just disappeared.
Dude, look at this shit. This is the shit I get when I get... Dude, look at this. Oh my God. This is the shit I have to put up with because I said something about Tracy going into my room without even letting me know. You can do without the cigarettes. You can blah, 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 blah. I don't shower. So why should I pay your water bill? What do I use? Electricity and the toilet. My mom's cat pissed on my computer. And I said, "You're gonna pay for it." She said, "No, I'm not." I said, "All right, I'm gonna throw your cat outside." My dad immediately turns around, comes up quick as to me, literally backs me into the door with a drink in his hand. Went out, called 911. Cops came, stood out with one cop, one went in with my parents. Looked at him, I said, first thing, we started talking, I said, watch, partner's gonna come out. And I'm gonna say, they tried to turn it around on me, huh? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, no matter. 10 minutes later, his partner comes out. He starts talking, I'm like, hey, shut up. He tried to turn around on me, didn't they? He said, yes, we did.
We're now to the point where Jay will just sit in his room sometimes just rambling to his camera about his life. You can see that he's even worse off than he initially was when we first started watching him. It seems that Jay had began to seclude himself from others a long time ago before he began posting. Luckily for those people, they didn't get to see what he turned into, but for Jay, it couldn't have helped his mental state. As time went on, he began to grow more and more angry at his family. Not helped by his families arguing with each other, often about him, but that wasn't the only target for his anger. Women turns out to be another one. Mr. J in his rage-filled ways was never able to get with the girl. Who'd have guessed? And this rage has begun to manifest itself as well. This could be why James, when alone arguing with Peggy without his dad's interference, always tries to dominate the situation. It seems his anger towards her is a little deeper than just the parental problems. After the argument you guys just watched, Jay would begin to show off his room and the countless holes that fill it. And he also kept good on his word from earlier and began using the restroom in the corner of his room. I'd love to show you guys this in the B-roll or something like that, but surrounding all of those holes is scantily dressed anime girls who may look like White Bowser's favorite kind of anime girls, if you catch my drift. He would claim that this destruction and his recent anger problems are because his parents have destroyed his self-esteem over the years.
Whenever I put up and back and defend myself, which every time we've gotten physical except for two have been self-defense on my part. I've only started it twice, not to mention when my brother supposedly said I went after my mom is why he me in my room that I paid for when he was a guest in the house. I broke free. Him and my mom chased me, they grabbed me, bent me over.
No.
Yes!
No.
Then what was the $525 withdrawal?
That's all you had was $528. You owed me $300 for rent, $107 for the $200 for Misty.
Did you
which
not?
is 607.
Did you not understand that you owe me? Did you not understand any of that? You said I was just going to use it at Walmart and Costco. Is what you told me. Yes. No, quiet. I am not done. I am not done, woman. Be quiet.
No, I'm not going to be quiet.
Well, this is your problem. You don't be quiet and listen. You told me I'm just going to pick some things up at Walmart and I'm going to pick some things up at Costco. That is all. When I asked how much do you think you're going to spend? I talked to Dad. He said that you use it to pay the house taxes. Well, that's what he told me.
No, that's not what he told you.
And what did he tell me? How do you know?
He already told me what he said to you.
Oh, so you were standing outside when he told me?
No, he personally told me what he said to you.
What did he tell you? He told me
that I paid the house taxes with his bank card, which I did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, that's not what he told me.
Well, then you better discuss that with him when he walks in the door.
I will.
Okay.
Because if you look up there, like you expect me to,
I don't expect you to look up there at anything.
I
write it down,
Mom.
so when you ask me, I will know what to tell you.
You've also told me that it's not my fault you don't look at the whiteboard. It's not my fault you don't look at the whiteboard.
I show you.
Even when you don't show me.
No, I've never put anything up there and just never told you anything about it.
Actually, yes, you have. But Baby Nora, be quiet, please. But that's besides the point. I know, Baby Nora. Yeah, well, you're not getting rent next month, and only a little bit in December.
That's what you think.
No, that's what I know.
No, that's what you think.
No, that's what I know.
We're doing it differently.
No, we're not.
Oh, yes,
we're not.
We're doing it the way Social Security told me to do it.
Well, as Social Security can see from this, you are not fit to be a payee. Because I did not authorize you to take $525 off, nor did you tell me you were taking that off.
You knew I was going to take it
I didn't know I did not.
I told you
Use your head.
Use
your head.
Use your head.
The tensions are now so high in the household that Jay and his mom are now getting into bouts in the middle of the living room to the point his brother has to step in and stop them, only for them to fly back at it. You can see how things in a matter of months have become dangerous for everyone involved. At the end, during their screaming match about Peggy spending too much of Jay's money, he abruptly began making advances towards her. Yes, in that way, and asking her how she knew his size, and other things so bad, I couldn't even find a soundbite to put it in there. But again, you guys can check out the original if you want to hear it, but it's a little wild. It's appearing that Jay is also beginning to take another kind of aggression out on Peggy, as disturbing as that is. But after this battle, Mr. J then revealed something about Peggy. He claimed that Peggy houses all of these stray cats we heard earlier, around 23. She doesn't feed them, or bathe them, or take care of them in any way, shape, or form, and freely lets them pass on. He says he watches this over and over again with joy. Peggy refuses to care for them. Peggy will only care for a select few that she prefers, and even then, the treatment isn't the best. Now again, take this with a grain of salt because Jay's anger towards Peggy, but having 23 plus cats adds some belief to it.
I'm not bashing the I'm not cutting out and redoing the door frames until the cause of it is gone. Do you get that? Okay, one, I'm doing this time again. And I'm telling you for the last mother time, it's not gonna happen. Do you get it? Does it register that little brain of yours? No!
No, not out of the blue. You're sitting there muttering to yourself, talking to yourself. You'll be out of here by next week. Just don't know it.
Okay.
You've been sitting here talking to yourself, repeating yourself for the past 45.
And you don't stand out here screaming at the top of your lungs.
Do I walk up and down the house yelling and screaming and talking about how...
Yeah, you do.
I do?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Yeah, drink some more.
Well, if he wants
Yeah, I
to,
am.
he will. Don't
You know
worry
what?
about it.
Because it's my house.
That's right.
Okay, it's your house that you refuse to repair
Why are you here?
because I pay to live here.
You don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Oh, about me. Yeah, I didn't start anything.
We didn't either. We were having a conversation.
And then all of a sudden I come out and he starts screaming like a tick.
Well, then he's but he can scream if he wants.
Then so can I.
No, you can't.
Why not? Why not?
Because you know what? I don't have to evict you.
Yeah, you do.
Next time I call the sheriff, I'll call
He doesn't.
elder, and if they don't take you, I will sue them. And you can go live under a bridge for the rest of your life.
Does everyone see this shit? Does everyone see this shit? Enough evidence.
Good for you. This is my house.
If you don't like it, you can leave.
Yeah, well, I pay.
Then you can stop paying and leave. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Did I say? If you guys are so elderly, how come you walk to and from work all the time?
You want something out of me? That's the last Mountain Dew I buy. You got food stamps, get your own.
Then I'd appreciate if you guys would stop asking for them.
I don't ask for it.
You don't, he does.
When he goes and gets your shit,
Because I'm not allowed to go to the store, Mom.
you got feet.
Whenever I say I'm gonna go to the store to go blah 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 blah, to get whatever I need to get, he says, "Oh, I'll just wait till I go get your mom later. I'll just wait till pick it up when I get your mom." And then he doesn't. Your parents didn't want you. You don't want me.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
It now seems that Jay's dad is in a far worse spot than when we seen him at the beginning of the video around 1 year ago. Jay has put his dad through so much chaos that in his drunken states, instead of arguing with his wife anymore about what's going on, he now just argues with himself about it out loud. Now, we don't know about Jay's dad's mind state beforehand, so all we can tell is that since Jay began making these videos, his dad isn't quite all there anymore, especially when he's drinking. It's just wild to imagine that Jay might have actually drove a person to the brink of sanity, and the relationship between him and his mom wasn't getting any better. Still refusing to pay part of the bills because he doesn't shower, he was making things worse, and it didn't help he spent all Christmas Eve spitting loudly on his door just to anger his dad. Feeling helpless, his mom resorted to take away the only thing Mr. J cares about, cigarettes and Mountain Dew, and this would actually make him calm down. He'd still yell and scream, but it did make him a little more docile, and then he retreated into his room, rage-filled still, but he retreated. If you can't tell by now, Mr. J is in a constant state of rage, just varying levels depending on how much he's getting his way at the moment or how much attention he's receiving at the moment. You can never quite tell with the guy. Mr. J and his family might be one of the craziest cases I've come across while making videos. And with Mr. J uploading only a few days after me finishing this one, this only seems like the beginning for the tragic tale of Mr. J. But thanks for watching. Make sure to drop a like, guys. Follow the socials down below. I'll catch you guys next time.